starting to stream.
Shamans, we understand cause we are the Shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.
Hey, good morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. That's why you didn't see us last week, because we were all getting ready to eat.
All turkey
days of preparation.
Eating is good. I'm just telling you. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to Monday Morning Tech Shamans. I'm John Gaston, Adam, and
what's his name?
Anthony.
God
have mercy. I'm getting old, man. Too many kids. His wife she's a horse person, right? So so I have been, I have been kicked 5 times in my life by a horse.
All in the same place.
Oh, it feels like it.
It's amazing because I can see the mark right
there. Because I don't ever listen and I do things that I'm not supposed to do, and I
got kicked once. That was the end of that.
I was helping Shoe, and I had the guy goes, "Oh, just come here and hold this for me." So I held it for him, and that thing, when I did, it come right up, broke 4 ribs, and pushed me through a wall.
Yeah. You stand to the side of it.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
So, now you know.
Yeah, well, I knew back then.
Life is about learning.
Even then, I looked at him, I'm like, I ain't going back there. You're nuts. He goes, oh, don't worry, I'm in control. I'm like, you ain't in control of nothing. I said, that horse is like 20 hands. I mean, big horse.
Yeah.
He was just afraid it was going to poop on him.
Dude, I've had my hand. I've gone and dislodged stuff. I ain't worried about that stuff.
No, it's just wet grass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling you.
Meanwhile, back in Tech Shamans.
Hey, Tech Shamans. So anyway, so today we have got scary news.
Scary news.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right, because I'm the one that always tells everybody, you got to use these, you got to use these, you got to use these, and then my computer tech shaman sent me this freaking thing on Facebook, and I'm like, well, Shazbot. So, okay, let's talk about the new vulnerability for VPN connections.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like you're, VPN connections depends on how you're using it. If you're using it just to surf the internet, securely, or if you use a VPN to, connect to your office network, there's new vulnerability now that allows hackers to gain access to your VPN. If they can gain access to your VPN, they can gain access to your home network, your office network, see all the computers on your office network. They can, if you have computers that are sharing files or file folders, they can either dump files in there or, hijack.
Well, they can do anything.
That
it becomes their computer.
It becomes their network, their computer, and the same for your own personal computer too. So not only are they, they can track and watch exactly the website you're going to.
So, and the scary thing is, and I love Apple runs a great commercial saying how they are really worried about all of our security and all this kind of stuff. And so with the new launch of the Apple the iPhone 11, we have more information on our phones than we do anywhere.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it is
the biggest
scary.
Private safe.
Yeah.
Anyone's ever had.
It's scary as hell knowing that, and here we for years have been telling people VPNs. If you're out on the road, you're going to use it, and you're jumping on people's networks that you don't trust, run through a VPN because now you're safe. Well, now...
Yeah, well, there was enough of a market there. The hackers said, hey, if we can hack this thing, It's well worth
they can
it.
get through a VPN.
So let's go ahead and just it became a high profile target at that point.
Yeah, well, they go where the masses go.
Right.
So that's why, back in the day, people used to say, Macs or Apple products can't get, they can't get viruses.
Right.
And then, next thing you know, more and more people are, having MacBook Pros, and it's getting more prevalent out there.
Mm-hmm.
They can get viruses, they can get browser hijacks, they can get, anything a PC can now, because now the hacking community or people that are malicious, they now have a vested interest in it because there's more people using
They
it.
took it as a challenge.
Yeah,
It's like, you want to make a bet? We can't.
Yeah.
Hold my beer. Hold my beer.
Basically,
Well,
HMV hackers.
So now that we know that what's the cure?
Come on, Adam, save us.
what's the cure?
Stay off the computer.
Yes.
Don't use your
there
phone.
you go. Don't use a phone. Don't use a computer. Go back to paper. Typewriters. No, just be vigilant in what you're doing. Not everything is going to be secure. There's not one foolproof method that's going to really keep you safe. You need to, say for instance, you got a router at home and that you're utilizing for your internet access. You're not using, your internet service providers, and using your own. Make sure the firmware in the unit is updated consistently. Make sure that you go in there and change the defaults. If you have, password, it's password protected. Double check it. A lot of people don't realize, but you have there's passwords on them to gain access, and a lot of people might not know and leave the original default admin account open to the internet, and they do a port scan. They find your router on the network. They put in admin password or admin, for instance, and they get logged in.
Admin.
And they go ahead and put malicious DNS servers in there that reroute your internet traffic to their stuff.
Right.
And according to Znet on this particularly, they're targeting access points and networks. So this is where they're gaining access to these VPN services. They're watching how you're entering the information. They gain access to your VPN service, or they see the credentials that you put in to gain access to that VPN, and they use those credentials against you.
Do you have any idea how much money businesses spend every year just in human resource hours? I don't know the answer, in dealing with crap like this, where they get hacked, where they get, somebody's compromised, somebody put, malware on their website. It's in the back end now. It's infecting everything on the server. And they're on a community server with somebody. And so, the poor web guy who's been building websites for 20 years, he's sitting back there now, and he's got 1,700 websites that have now all been infected. They put him out of business. I mean, the human cost is amazing on this. And they aren't, however much fun you think it is, it's about as much fun as dumping concrete blocks off an overpass. With sometimes the same result.
But is there ever going to be something?
There can never really be anything, because these guys, as companies build software, build product that goes out there, there's always a community out there that's trying to reverse engineer the products and try to break into it. And you have either people that have good intentions and bad intentions. Bad intentions, they're not going to give the information back to the companies. They're not going to tell them, hey, we got in.
Right.
And then you got the guys that will tell them. And a lot of times when they reverse engineer software or basically hack different larger corporations, they'll tell them, hey, look, this is what happened, this is what we found. They'll write up a white paper on it, figure out what steps are needed to circumvent it. They'll let that information go to the company first, or the software designer, so they can go ahead and close the loopholes. And then a lot of times they turn around and then publicly
that's what
send
WordPress
that out.
does. That's what WordPress does.
Yes.
And I mean, it's a beautiful thing. They fix it. They find it. They fix it. They send you the updates. It's up to you to update, because in 30 days they're going to publish what that gigantic tunnel is that leads to the back end of your website.
Yep.
So that anybody who wants it can use it. But you've got to keep your stuff updated.
because those exploits go out there. Once they go out there to the public, now it's public. Now it's out there for people to use maliciously.
Yes.
Or not. I mean, it's really dependent upon the people and the group that gets it. But again, it's kind of it's there for research purposes.
Yep.
But again, because it gets into the public forum, the people that have malicious intent, they use it, package it up, and send it out into the wild, as something else. And next thing you know, you get situations like this.
So this is just like the medical world where our viruses are constantly getting better because our antibiotics can't keep up with the viral change.
Well, the antibiotics are causing the viral change. That's just it.
So the white papers that we're releasing,
90%.
Yes.
Right. So
we're
actually feeding. So how about this? How about we just don't publish that crap?
Well, then you got people that are have good intentions, who are not going to know about these vulnerabilities or not going to help lock down the software properly.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe there should be a secure channel in which these guys and developers
you have to be a demonstrated white hat.
Yes.
Okay.
But again, that doesn't mean somebody gets the credentials and
So, hey, hold on one second. So, okay, thanks. So my thing is, okay. So there should be a system where people can go out, that I am a good guy, I am a known good guy, I am credentialed good guy. I will get this out to the right people and sitting out there so the whole stinking goo world can see it.
My information has a thumbprint on it.
Yeah.
So if it gets leaked, we know where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like I love the fact, and I'm not trying to get political here, that in the past 8 years, every time that the government wants to go attack Iran, Iraq, whatever, I don't care, wherever it is, right? They publicize it. Oh, why the hell are you doing that for? I mean, you're letting the bad guys get out. But this last one, they didn't say crap. And guess what? I almost said the wrong word. I'm trying to keep our shows clean. And then boom, we got who we were supposed to get to.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jennifer Parker online asked a question to us, guys. What's a good password app? I've heard of them, and they're really wondering about their security. Dashlane?
That LastPass.
LastPass?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones out there, and again, they're only going to be as secure as the one password that you decide to put in there.
Right.
And again, there's, the most secure one would be one that you don't keep online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, or you don't give up your information to, one single company, because again, that company could be, targeted at any given time.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly what we were just talking about. As soon as one of those companies has all these passwords, holy crap, what a high-value target.
Exactly. Look, okay, just think of it this way. For instance, people put in their passwords into their Google accounts. Okay,
Right.
Google Chrome. They save their passwords. They tie it to their Google name. That's all synced across the board. Think about it like this: if somebody found out your Gmail password, signed into your account halfway across the world because you don't have two-factor authentication on, you don't have anything on
Which
that
is
notifies
probably
you.
the best thing you can do.
But that can still be beat.
Yes, SIM hijacks are happening all day long, and I blame cell phone companies for that, because you know what, they're obviously my SIM card doesn't work. I just got a new one. I need to go ahead and transfer my information to this new SIM card, and just like that, they now have access to your phone number and everything like that.
Especially since 1.2 billion people have had their information hacked in a security breach.
Right.
And so, identify yourself. Oh, yeah, my grandmother's name is
blah, blah, blah.
all the stuff you need to prove you're you. So now you get the SIM card hacked, now you're over.
So there is really no one software that's going to keep you safe. Again,
Right.
LastPass.
Well, hold on. So Jennifer Parker asked us, it's probably better to have your own server and host your own site, etc. And then she said she goes, I think WordPress has gotten better.
Oh, yeah, no, WordPress, I love it. Okay, don't get me wrong.
But what the problem with WordPress is it's open source.
Right. And that is both the problem and the not problem, okay, because it's open source. Stuff is found very quickly and responded to very fast. Nobody's waiting on a budget to fix it. It's getting fixed.
But again, hosting your stuff on your own server.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go to that.
Okay. Yes, that sounds like a fix. But now, who's going to admin that server?
Right.
Are they going to tie it? Are they going to lock it down properly?
Right.
Do you know what needs to be done to keep that server safe?
Right.
I can, like I said, I spoke about this before. I built a server, put it on the internet, and within 30 seconds, somebody hijacked the database and dumped the database and tried to put into the database.
Yep.
After they dumped it, all they did was run a script to go ahead and just do a database dump, which deleted all the data off of it. But they pay us 500 bitcoins and you can get your data back. But you can tell that they just ran a script to dump the data. They didn't encrypt it. So,
yeah.
But they can run. There's port scans happening immediately. You put something out on the internet, they've already scanned that port. They're like, oh, something's open. Let's get in. Let's try hacking it.
Yeah.
They knock on the door until that server breaks, just because they can. They don't care. So, unless
They'll
you
find
have a
somebody
great
to sell it to. is
Yeah.
what they'll
So
do.
how important? Okay, so Jennifer asked, the plugins need to be watched when you're using WordPress, and how important is the SSL?
SSL is going to be important across two realms. First off, for Google, just to get your site at least
So you look legit.
So you look legit, number one. Number two, so that the information that's being passed between your website and the browser that the client is accessing is going to be a secured connection. It's going to say, hey, it's going to encrypt that data that you enter into the website across both sides. It's going to say, hey, I'm safe, you're safe, we're all safe.
Right.
Information that's going across this this wide, vast internet is going to be safe. Without it, everything's entered in clear text. If you have a form that's filled out there, somebody could see what that information is. There's no handshake if you don't have SSL installed into your website.
So for computers, let's say Mac, what do you think the best security is for Mac?
As in virus protection?
Yeah.
WebRoot has a nice software package for
I
Mac.
like WebRoot. I used to be an
WebRoot's-
Avast guy.
Yeah.
I loved Avast. But after I found WebRoot, I'm like, holy crap, this is really good.
It's very lightweight, very...
And it doesn't mess with our systems in the back.
I like Avast on a few... I had some issues with WebRoot at one point, and again, across the board, you'll periodically, as software updates, it just depends on their development team.
Right.
So WebRoot's very lightweight and stuff. It works good. I personally use for PCs Avast Pro.
Avast, that's what I would use, yeah.
I use the Pro version and turn off a lot of their, extra, features that throw a whole bunch of ads at you.
Right.
Turn those off. But as far as for Macs are concerned, WebRoot seems to work really well. Too.
Jennifer said, yep, it's time to go to school, paper and pen.
Yeah, there you go. Paper and pen, put it away.
There you go. You don't want to get something stolen.
One of the things I did to get a password that was really strong was I let my device choose, 14-character long, completely random password.
Yeah.
And then I wrote that down.
I
And
compliment
that-
you
and
the
then
fact
I
that
went
you
ahead.
wrote it down.
Okay.
Most people don't
But
write
then I
anything
went ahead and
Was
I
that
wrote
a
it on
capital?
my phone. But then
Perfect.
That's not writing it
All
down.
right, remember, everybody, it's on his phone.
kidding. But that was a password that because I can never think of anything.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's going to be good enough. So I just let the computer do it one time.
Or it's going to be close enough to the last one you used.
Exactly. Oh my
Actually,
God.
habit, that's our problem.
most of ours are 21 characters.
Yeah. But
Good luck. If you can
it's
get them 21
so
characters,
much better.
you can have everything you found.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're talking, 300 years to hack it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, with the regular, processor going at it 24 hours a day.
Right.
So that's fine.
Okay. With that being said, so now we
Is
have,
there any good news?
we have the death of 7.
Yes, Windows 7 is on its deathbed. Let's see, we have 35 days, 7 hours, 40 minutes, and
3.
2 seconds.
1.
That Windows 7 is no longer going to receive security updates. So if they find an exploit in Windows 7, now that's what they say, unless it's a very bad exploit, then they'll most likely push a security update like they did for Windows XP for a little while there. But they're saying that they're going to shut down, the major security updates to Windows 7. So, it's time to start thinking about, if you haven't done it yet, migrating over to Windows 10. It's more secure. Everybody.
It's not 8.
It's not 8. That's
a huge benefit.
Windows 8 is like the Windows Millennium and the Windows Vista of the Microsoft world. Okay.
Yeah.
So Windows 10 has gotten better and better progressively. The newest update, which is 1909, is really stable. I haven't had no issues with it. It installs very, very good. The end of life is here, so let's talk about migrating.
So in how many days?
35 days.
So in 35 days, we'll have a funeral for Windows 7.
Yes, that sounds like a great
I'll wear
plan.
black.
We'll do away. We'll all wear black.
I always wear black.
I know.
And just remember, we can still do in-place upgrades to Windows 10. So if you don't want to lose everything,
Right.
it's just recommended that you're running at least Microsoft Office 2010.
Right.
And we can migrate most of all your hardware, all your software, everything that's in place, and do an in-place upgrade to Windows 10.
Got it.
Right.
Without losing anything.
Yeah.
We could,
Except software it says won't run, and then it runs anyway.
yes.
Yeah.
And so far, I haven't really had much issues with any software that hasn't been able to run.
Actually, I have a module back in the back that was made for computers, laptops to be able to wirelessly stream to a monitor. So you have a little dongle, blah
Yes.
blah blah, but it won't work on 10.
Ugh. It's frustrating.
Why?
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 You try running it in compatibility mode,
Yeah.
and it still won't run?
I'm going to give it to you. Take back if you can get it to work. That's awesome because I have a client that would like to have it back. But I'm a tech guy. This is what I do.
Yeah, you can run in virtual machine in there.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what?
No. I can't make it
So convenient.
Yeah, I know.
Wait. I'm sorry to say, too, that is the end of life for desktop version of Windows 7.
Right.
If you would like, and you still need more time, and
put a
because
virtual
you've
one in
decided that, for the past 3 years that Microsoft's been saying, hey, guess what, we're going to be done, you've decided that you don't want to do the upgrade path. Microsoft is allowing for, if you use their cloud services.
Right.
Right.
You can keep Windows 7 going on their cloud as a virtual server.
Right.
For another year or two, I think it is.
At a very, very low, reasonable price, if I remember
Of
correctly.
course, there's always going to be a price. There's
Several
always a
$1,000s.
price. Oh no, it's not that much. but not unless you're the government. Then you can pay for the continued support
That's
for the
'cause it's not your
next
money.
20 years.
'Cause it's not your money.
Well, actually, it is my money.
No, it's our money. That's the point.
I love how the fact people say, the government money. The government doesn't have any money. It's my money. It's
Yeah.
your money. It's your money. It's everybody. Well, hello there, Miss Sherry Brink. Sherry's watching today.
All
Hope
right.
we get some information that's going to be good for you. So we're going to jump. We're going to jump over to some marketing because we always seem to wind up leaving this for last. But today we're not going to do that.
Today we're going to put it in the middle. Today
Yes.
I am the lettuce.
The lettuce. So you were the
the
binder.
lettuce.
No, that would be mayonnaise. That'd be me.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember what show that was from. Dang it.
That was yeah, it was Sheldon. Sheldon said that.
Yeah.
The proper way to
lettuce.
make a sandwich.
Well, that may be part of it, but there was also a sci-fi show, and I'll think of it as I'm talking.
Okay. So let's talk about marketing. Okay, so is it a good idea to boost posts?
Okay.
Because
boosting
I get
posts.
that I get to ask that
Boost,
all
I
the
know,
time.
and it's getting zero love right now. And I've got a client who is doing a phenomenal job of running ads, okay?
Right.
And they're running ads in order to build their market.
Okay.
They are adding likes. They're using, the Facebook, basically 55,000 point algorithm to search and find the demographics and psychographics of the right people to like their page.
Okay, so
And
let's
we're actually tracking them.
Right.
Okay?
Let's
We've
stop
gone
right
back,
there.
We've looked at those people.
let's pause. Let's pause right there, because what you just got through saying is the very thing that people don't do. They don't go in there and see. Like the other day, like we did Nerd Talk. We knew Nerd Talk on Friday night at 7:30. So the next day,
Program plugged.
I'm constantly getting boost your post to get this and boo it. And personally, I don't care about social media, much more about our website that gets the traffic. I don't really, but every now and then I will. So $25, you can get blah 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 to blah blah blah, right? So I've seen a lot of people go, oh, well, hey, yeah, we'll just hit it, boost it. And then they won't even pay attention to the demographics. Like, I had to pay attention for some reason, because it's when you go and set your audience, if you don't set your audience, it's Algeria.
It's anywhere.
No, it presets it to Algeria. So you have to go in there and put United States. And then you can go down further going Southeast United States or the West or East or blah, blah, blah. And then your age demographics.
Pick, Orlando within 50 miles. Yeah.
Male, female.
Yeah.
Non-gender.
That is something I was going to get to.
Okay, let's go.
Targeting of the boost.
Right.
Okay. But what this client is doing is paying for ads and letting Facebook run the psychographic and demographic analysis of those people who already like the page and those people that are liking the page, and then making sure that more of them are found, because they can figure out who you are, what you think, what you buy. It's phenomenal. But then what happens is now you have your audience, and we have gone back and we're spot checking the people that Facebook is paying. It's like $30, $40 ad buy. Okay, so it's not much.
So this is what I have found funny. Okay, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they all got pissy about us going, or people, not us, but people going, when I say us, I mean the Americans or whatever, going to Fiverr and having Fiverr go do it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for good reason.
But now, well, I know they were all fake accounts.
Yeah, they're all fake accounts.
But now it's okay to pay them to go get them for you.
Right. Except, here's the thing. Do not ever buy the Fiverr type people to like your page, because the purpose of the people on your page is to have people that like your stuff and react to it, because that's how Facebook knows to show it to more people.
Right.
So if you've got a bunch of fake people from Indonesia who don't speak
Algeria
English, or Algeria, then nobody's going to be responding to your stuff. Out of your 5,000 clients, I had one client, he had 52,000 followers on his Facebook page. I looked at it, he bought 50,000 of them from somebody. Wow. The worst part was he didn't even know how to do it cheap.
Right.
The guy, he paid the guy like
big money for it.
$12,000
Right.
to get him $500 worth of fans. Wow. Okay? And the thing was, but then the response to all of his stuff was zero, because only 2,000 of the people were actually responding.
Right.
And you can't go through and just like delete them, and I mean, it's crazy. So what you do is you make sure you get the right people, and Facebook has the algorithm to do that. So it is a good thing, and it's an okay thing to let them do, because they're actually getting you the right people. But once she has the right people, then you got to make sure that they're seeing your content.
Right.
And in this case, I mean, I've got both these clients. One of them is writing articles and wants people to know that she's an expert in her field. Okay? But there's not a lot of people seeing her stuff yet. She doesn't have a big enough audience. But once they have created those, at least 100 people in that audience, you can then ask them to clone the audience. And they will go in even further when you're running an ad, okay, or boosting a post. So if you're writing something on your, your website, you've got a post on your website, you post the link over, Facebook doesn't like that. They want all original content on their site. And that's great, but I want people to come back to my site to do stuff.
Well, okay, so
you got to do two things to make that happen.
Right.
One, you can either run an ad and specifically target people to bring them back to that page, or that post is already there. That's where you can boost the post, but you can then set the target audience for that post very clearly and very specifically for the kind of people you want. And the higher your ranking, because they will show you on a scale of 1 to 10 how well you have chosen that audience.
Right.
And you get a relevance score of 7, 8, 9, 10, you nailed it. And they will continue to show it to people like that and allow it to be seen by people like that, because Facebook is there to generate content that is proactive,
right,
that people want to see. Otherwise, people don't go to Facebook.
Okay, so but the problem I have with the boost, and again, is when you're boosting it, you're boosting to the people that you've already worked hard to get into your.
Not necessarily. You can choose your audience on a boost.
Well, I know that. I understand that.
So you can choose anybody else you want. You don't have to just choose your followers. Now, I think it's a good idea to choose your followers, because at most, I mean, some of our people are so well targeted, they're getting 30, 40% viewership from their target market, okay, from their fans of their page. They're actually getting 40% of the people because it's being interacted with early on by the
Right.
early adopters, and so it's Facebook showing it to 40% for free because these are people that want to see this content, so let's show it to them. So if you've got good content that's well targeted, Facebook becomes your friend. You've got to align yourself with their goals. When you do that, they will carry you along with them. But it is not about shoving information down people's throats. It is about finding the relevance scores in what you're buying, in your ad buy, so that you're showing it to people that actually give a darn about what it is that you're putting out there.
Right.
And when you do that, you have a win-win. So yes, you can still boost posts very effectively. I've got another client who their posts that were going up were the products they were adding to their store. We had it set to automatically post their products out as they added them. And they were adding, 8, 10, 12 new products every week to their store. And so this stuff was going out there. And then they'd go out and they'd spend $1 a day boosting one of them. And they tripled their business
Really?
on $1 a day ad buy.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, it was amazing. But we got to sit there and watch it happen over 90 days. Okay.
Or
Yep.
okay, so I'm playing devil's advocate. Oh, by the way, we do Jennifer. We do love Linux. Linux is a good platform, and we'll talk about that one day. We'll actually do the whole thing against Linux versus Microsoft.
Yeah.
But right now we're going to jump back on. So I also heard. See, and I love either squashing these rumors or making these rumors correct.
Through the grapevine?
Through the grapevine. Heard it through the grapevine. So the more you tend to start boosting, the more organically that Facebook helps you out, including Instagram.
I will say this. Google got into a lot of trouble on that because what was happening was people that were buying Google ads with keywords
Right.
suddenly started to show up in the organic searches where they weren't before. But you buy a $50 ad or a $100 ad buy, and suddenly you're on page 1.
So
And
the more you spend, the more they love you.
yeah,
So they'll
and
help
so
you out
they
a
got
little
busted
bit more.
for that because
Right.
that is absolutely not how their algorithm's supposed to work. So I sincerely doubt that Facebook would be following Google down that very dark path, because once they got busted for it, I mean, they got busted wide open on it. It was ugly. And they got lawsuits filed against them. It was massive against Google. They get deep pockets, but you don't need that because people are going, well, to heck with you. I'm not going to do SEO anymore. I'll go somewhere else. I'll go find something else to do because you're not going to give me what I'm earning. But on the other hand, I don't know that that's actually true because, like, for example, some of the pages that we help manage have done 0 advertising, and they're the ones getting 30, 40, 50%, organic viewership of
Well,
their new
that's what I'm
material.
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
they
you're
have
doing
never
all these
advertised.
boost buys and boost and boost and boost and boost, and Facebook says, yeah, they're spending so much money. We're just going to throw this one up there and get a little more, and they can do it
But
organic.
they aren't spending any money.
That's what I'm saying. They just find something else on that social media page to go, hey, you know what? Look at this too, because you've paid to look at all these, and you're getting good interaction, and that means
If
that
you're getting
Facebook
good interaction,
so
then yeah,
Facebook
that is what's key.
throws you
if
an extra.
Facebook is
a
seeing
baker's
that
dozen.
you're 8, 9, 10, exactly.
You get that
If they're
13th
showing
one for
that you're
free.
relevant content,
Yeah.
people are loving it, not liking it. Okay, liking doesn't count anymore.
Right.
Okay, you have to take the extra effort to actually, hit a love or a laugh or whatever it is that reflects the content of the article. Okay, but
Right.
once you do that, or if you comment with more than 4 words,
Right.
that is really a sign to Facebook that this is good stuff. So if your ad is out there, well, not your ad, but your boosted post is getting that kind of response,
Right.
what is their goal? Their goal is to make sure that engaging content is put in front of willing eyes.
Yep.
And so you have now helped them identify this as engaging content. Thank you very much. We are going to run with it.
Okay, that's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
So since we're on social media, let's talk about LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn.
I know you do.
LinkedIn has become my go-to. Used to be I always check my Facebook, but now I'm more checking my LinkedIn than I am anything.
Yep.
So you're telling me, as we always have our pre-production meeting, and so now there is a way to connect without going through LinkedIn, connect all my LinkedIn people?
Well, there are some products out there now, and we have some of them available. But it's really cool because 9 times out of 10, this is, well, maybe not that high, but for a lot of people, 9 times out of 10, the person that's contacting you and saying, hey, I really like your stuff, want to link up with you on LinkedIn, that's actually a bot.
Oh, I know.
Okay?
Yeah, I get them all the time.
Right. But some of them are very, very clever. And they'll send you a message saying, hey, I saw your stuff, et cetera, et cetera. And then, 2-3 days later, you get another message from them. It's completely different. But it sounds very natural, very organic.
Right.
And we have software now that will do that at random intervals. You set the time frames that these people are contacted, and after 6 times, it'll drop off. But if they respond with basically anything, it automatically drops out of the automatic system, and that notification goes straight to your mobile device and tells you, hey, you got a live one-on-one.
So
I've got one guy who last week he put out like 647 new contacts, had 70 responses, and got something like 20 new appointments in 1 week.
Wow, that's really good.
Just like that.
Because normally you don't.
Yeah, and all he did was run this software for a week.
Wow.
And that was it. Yeah, it's amazing stuff. And the thing is, these are all these things we're talking about are things that you used to have to hire people, for $5,000 a month to do. And you'd have to hire 4 of them to do all the different pieces. You had to have somebody for your SRO. You had to have somebody for, your Facebook. You had to have somebody for, your email campaign. You were paying $5,000 a piece for them.
Right.
And now, because of the way we unify the software, and it's available out there, but it's a question of knowing how to do it, okay, and how to get it set up and make it run right. But, we have this all packaged now for people so the business owners can just go ahead and just run with it themselves and save themselves, $14,000 a month or more.
Jennifer Parker sent you a GIF. A GIF.
Yay! It's a gift GIF.
It's GIF.
Gift GIF.
That's something that's a service that Tampa Bay Multimedia offers.
Yeah. Yes,
not WeBeam TV, but Tampa Bay Multimedia, who's a parent company. But we also have let's talk about this real quick because we haven't really talked about it. Is Driver.
Oh.
Because we have a software package that you can actually purchase, correct?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Or does that self-manage, or can we, if they don't want to self-manage, we manage?
It's
either or?
It's up to you.
Okay, tell them about Driver real quick, and then we got some cool stuff to talk about.
Basically, Driver is the package I was just talking about.
Right.
And we can, you can have it up in front of you. It's a dashboard that puts everything in one place for you. So if you want to create a Facebook ad, you don't have to go freaking hunt everywhere on Facebook for where they put it this week. Okay, you can just hit create ad. Or if you want to check out, how your last article that you wrote is doing in terms of, readership, you see it. It's all built in. It automatically, converts everything to social media, to email, all that for you. So you just got to spend a small amount of time, I'd suggest every day, okay, but it is a tiny amount of time relative to the amount of impact you then make with it. Awesome. And that is what Driver's for. It replaces, $3,000-$5,000 a month agencies, and you can do it all yourself, for free every month if you want.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about something that we didn't talk about. I'm going to throw Anthony under the bus. Actually, in front of the bus. Not under. It's in front of. It'll knock him
Give me the
back.
chance to dodge.
Okay, here we go. So WeBeam TV, as you know, is an online television station. That's what you're watching right now. We have Facebook, blah, blah, blah. But WeBeam TV itself is actually an online television station. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people are like, hey, look, I'm afraid of the camera. I really don't want to be in front of the camera. I'd rather do a podcast. Mm-hmm. We are opening up a new site of us called WeBeam Podcast.com.
Right.
So that's something that's coming in the new year. So if you have your own podcast, look, here's the thing, podcast is becoming the new way for businesses and actually people to get out there, right? Well, the problem is you start throwing them all the big platforms, and then you get lost. Then you got people, oh, we'll go search for this and go search for that and go search for this and go find me on here. So now we're going to make an easy site. So if you have a podcast that you want to get out there, we'll help you. We'll put you on WeBeam Podcast, and then that way, if you're already set up on iTunes, that's great. We help you slide right in there. If not, we get you on iTunes. Was it iTunes, Stitcher, all the big major platforms, right?
One of the things about iTunes is that you really can't get your numbers. You can't see how many downloads you have.
Nope.
But when you go through our software, which we're adding, we'll be able to tell you exactly how many downloads you've had from iTunes.
Yep.
You will be able to see what your numbers are, and that makes an enormous difference, because if you're trying to monetize and you can't tell people
I got this
how
many
many people are
downloads.
listening,
Right.
okay, no, we can give you the exact pie chart of where all your listeners are coming from. Now that means that you may see that you're getting 52% from iTunes, and that's great. You thought you were getting 100%. You're finding out that you've got 30% are direct downloads. They're coming right from your website, or right from our WeBeam Podcast. And so now it's like, well, wait a minute, I should be advertising on my page.
Yeah, because we bring your podcast to the world.
Yeah,
That's right.
Your podcast to the world. Yeah, we
So, just saying,
yeah,
that's something new
neat
coming.
Concept coming in.
We'll,
2020.
yeah, it's 2020. We have ready. We have 2020 vision for 2020.
Oh my God, I've never heard that.
I know,
pun
never heard
before.
that one before, have you? All right. So now we're going to talk about something cool. Cool stuff.
Oh, good. Better than the pun.
The Apple's the Apple's new Mac Pro is going to be ready to order on December 10th.
Which happens to be tomorrow.
All right. It slices, it dices.
It makes
The
Julian
cheese
fry.
grater. We call it the cheese grater.
And for good reason.
I mean, look at that monster.
I have a
The
cheese
Mac
grater
Pro,
that looks just like that.
The best kitchen gadget alive.
Yeah. and for all you PC guys that like the look but don't want to spend 20 grand, there's a company out there that actually makes identical
A cheese grater box.
cheese grater box, and you can put a PC in.
Yeah. Or you can go to Williams-Sonoma.
That's gonna look
either
nice.
way.
That's going to look good. I think our next streamer should be
That's right. We got to
Oh, yeah.
we got to find that case.
Yeah, we got to find that case. We have it. We know where to go at. So,
Right.
but that's really cool. And I mean,
We got to
that's,
sponsor that case.
we should have a sponsor for that kit. Yeah,
There it is. I mean, the side view is hilarious.
Yeah. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
$6,000 starting price.
Starting price.
Starting.
But here's what they're saying though: that $6,000 will carry you for 5 years.
Yeah. That's what people got to understand when you buy a
So
Mac.
your return on your investment
is a lot.
is a 5-year investment. Right now, I mean, I don't know about you, but if I go build a brand new streaming machine to put in line today, in 2 years it needs an overhaul.
Yep.
Matter of fact, we're getting close to 2 of our machines completely being overhauled, which in a way is good, and in a way is bad because it just takes us down for a couple of days. That's when I have to get Adam to do stuff because I am not fast enough, nor am I good enough. There you go. Rob back in the back said that could be my new desk right there.
With up to 28 cores.
That is
64 PCI Express lanes, which is the input-output out of the processor.
So that means I would never run out of lane for input cards.
No. 1.5 terabytes
Well,
of
not at least for a
RAM.
year and a half.
Per year and a half.
Moore's Law. Darn it.
1.5 terabytes of RAM. I mean, forget about it. That's crazy. Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, that
is
thing.
insane.
But
it's a monster.
It'll already have everything up there that you need to know before you need to know.
Oh, yeah.
It really is Maxilla.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
it's crazy.
So I want to talk about something real quick, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so Verizon and T-Mobile both got busted for exaggerating their coverage maps.
Well, I mean, it's...
Okay, so everybody, I know everybody's probably been following this, but if you haven't, what happened is they put out fake numbers, blah, blah, blah. But the FCC is not going to find them because they can't find where I want to find the quote. Unable to find sufficiently clear rule violations of the Mobility Fund Phase 2 data reporting requirements. Now, wasn't it just a couple of years ago that they're over in Oldsmar, they're TV
Nielsen.
people. Nielsen got their ass handed to them
Right.
on an FCC violation of violating
Right.
numbers.
No, this is exactly right. Because guess what? This was a mistake to go after them under the FCC regulations. They should have gone under the FTC regulations.
Which is?
Federal Trade Commission, in which they were advertising misleading information, which is an FTC regulation. They could not find an FCC regulation that they actually violated.
So why would they have come under the FCC instead of the FTC?
Well, because they're a communications company.
Communications. So
And
immediately it's FCC.
People went to the FCC and said, hey, look what they did.
Right.
And the FCC said, well, that's great, but it's not our jurisdiction.
I guess FCC says that we don't handle false advertising.
Exactly. It's not their jurisdiction. So whoever thought this was the way to go was the one who made the mistake.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen that happen way too many
I
times.
just got done reading this too.
Okay, so for all you old school people, do you guys all remember Minecraft?
Nope.
Okay, so I had personally thought, I knew there's some people some kids that kind of play it, that Minecraft had just kind of gone away to dodo bird.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Minecraft is still the biggest game on YouTube by tens of billions of views.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I cannot
maintain
believe
because
it's still
been there
that
the longest,
big.
But yeah.
John, did you not receive the message I sent you?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Did you forget? Okay, if Minecraft was dead, then the Vatican themselves would not have just created their own Minecraft server.
What?
There, one of the bishops
Well,
within.
priests got to do something.
Yeah, they're
one of
trolling little kids.
No, no, they.
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? My wife
Given
is.
something to do that isn't trolling little kids.
No,
Okay.
No. Okay,
the bishop,
sorry.
he has a technical background. He's younger generation, and he created a Minecraft server. He made two of them. He first made one that he threw out there in open public to get all the haters. He had basically a little honeypot. He got them, locked them all down, banned all their user accounts, and he now has a full live Minecraft server built for the Vatican, where it is a wholesome, great place to Minecraft without all the ripping and tearing of being I guess hunted down. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Go
guess
ahead.
Minecraft.
Try to find that nice word.
Minecraft hunting, but I thought it was kind of cool because you didn't get mine? My notice?
No, I'm sorry. Was it in our chat?
Yes. Vatican is spinning up the Minecraft server. Oh my gosh, it was
sent
great.
it by paper.
Yeah, you should have mailed that to me.
I should have mailed it.
Yes.
I'm going to go look
Can you
now.
imagine getting a letter in the mail about this stuff?
Father Robert R. Balser, who runs a
Oh,
tech
yes,
focused
they're right there.
blog.
You
Yeah.
just told me.
Yeah.
But there was no link.
No. But yeah. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That is amazing.
Yes. So now the Vatican now has an official Minecraft server.
God have
So
mercy.
you can go ahead and tell your children that they are only able to play Minecraft on the Vatican server.
Oh, my.
And how do you find the Vatican server to play Minecraft?
Oh, as a matter of fact, they have their server address listed, and you can get right on there and play.
Absolutely
They have it
creepy as.
listed where?
That's creepy as hell.
I think this. Well,
Probably on a
obviously,
Minecraft server.
It's only a Google search away.
Yeah, it's
only
only
Google
Google
search
search away.
Yeah.
So, just anybody that's getting. Have you got? Do you know anybody that's got Google Fiber?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
we just
I don't
know of
think
a
it
handful
actually
of
exists.
towns that.
But-
I
well,
don't think it exists. It's
Google.
fake.
Yeah, it's like it's an urban.
only a
It's
few,
an
only a
urban
few
legend.
towns. What is there's Tennessee. There's
Yeah.
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga's got it.
There's
Yeah.
All right, so they're eliminating the cheaper plan to new customers.
I think the cheaper plan was only a $5 or $10 difference in. Oh, it was a $10 difference in price.
Right. They're only going to go to the gigabit
I mean, come on. Or
1,000 megs, whatever.
Okay,
gig.
what? It was $50 and
And it's set now. That's $70.
With
right.
no data cap.
No data.
No,
cap.
it remained at $7, but I believe that they're going to take. They said in the report that they're going to take the people that are at $50 and only raise them $5, and then bump their speed.
Just so they feel
And
better.
then the new ones will be coming
Well,
in
just
at the
think
new
about
price.
it. If they have to have different. They have to sit there and push out different technologies for different speeds, and then they gotta support that. Well, they already moved out of it.
So
they don't wanna
right
deal
now
with
they're in Atlanta, Austin, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Chicago, Illinois, Denver, Colorado, Huntsville, Alabama, Kansas City, Missouri, Miami, Florida's got it.
Wow.
Nashville, Tennessee, Oakland, California, Orange County, California, Provo, Utah, San Antonio, Texas, San Diego, California, San Francisco, Salt Lake City, Utah, Seattle, Washington, and the Triangle, North Carolina.
And remember, Google
Add a few
will
more
not,
cities, it'll be worth hacking.
and Google will not allow you to use a VPN through there.
Really? Oh,
They
wow.
want to see your data. That's the whole point in Google Fiber. They want to see your ins and outs.
Crazy mofos. I'm just saying right now. So, and we got about 6 minutes left. I think the last thing I really wanted to kind of touch on today was not Minecraft, was TikTok. TikTok settled their lawsuit after one day after it was because there was a
but that's an insanely low amount.
you know what, I don't think that's the real amount, because first of all, TikTok under their underneath the whole gag thing, no one can be talked about.
Yeah, but I mean,
because it was proposed settlement of $1.1 million.
Yeah, had been reached.
But if you go down here, bonds 110 million downloads of, and the whole thing was about that they said that the TikTok had downloaded all these young kids' information. So everybody's been warned about TikTok.
Right.
Everybody. It's a Chinese company that wants to get your data, your kids' data. Yeah. And the thing of it is if these kids are putting it on their phones or their iPads or whatever, it's still attached to mom and dad's account. Mm-hmm. So that means that they're going
possibly, if it's set up that way,
they're going to backdoor into mom and dad's stuff.
Potentially.
Because as we know now, even VPNs are not going to keep you safe.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. But we were, a lot of people have been told the information out there is, it's, don't use them. I mean, when the government, here's what's scary to me, when the government literally comes online and says, oh, by the way, no one should be using this because this is kind of a real.
When the government and banking sector says, remove Kaspersky from every single one of your computers and you are banned from allowing to use it. And somebody comes in and says, what do I hear about this Kaspersky thing? I mean, take it for face value. I guess you could just,
Right.
So,
But what's interesting is the cultural difference between data privacy here and data privacy in Asia.
Yeah.
Because there
it's
there
government
is,
run.
Well, not in Japan, but there is an inherent level of trust that it's okay to make all this data available because, as you know, I have nothing to hide, therefore I have nothing to fear.
Right.
Because nobody ever has anything to hide because they hide it too well. They don't do it on their phones. But the fact is, they willingly want all that information as a culture on their phones to be found. Yeah. They want their shopping habits to be tracked because now everything in my life is relevant. I only see ads that matter to me. I only see products that I want to buy. It all is about me.
Here, let me make this real quick.
Please.
This is a funny one. I'm setting up a G Suite account for a nonprofit. Mm-hmm. As we're setting up a G Suite account, everything's going through. I was asked, if I would like to store the data on Russian servers.
Whoa!
Because you know that in Russia, if you do business in Russia, online business, that their people's data has to be stored in Russia on their servers. And within the panel, I was asked to store the data, and there's a checkbox to store it in Russia on their servers.
That sounds secure.
Very secure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that.
Wow, that is a huge wow.
And
I mean, they're not even being.
They're trying to comply with their rules,
Yeah.
but again, it just goes to show how
we have our back end firewalls and protections on the websites that we handle for people, and we get alerts on a regular basis to show who's trying to hack.
Oh yeah,
and it's almost always Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, Russia.
Yep,
constant. And I mean, you look at that, it's like, why are there so many hackers there? Gee,
exactly.
Okay, unless it's really big business. And so at that point, I mean, their home-based servers, you'd think those would be, what they teach their, grade school kids. You're in 4th grade now. Let's show you go ahead and how to hack the local Russian servers.
They're passing a law now there that cell phone providers, builders, mobile devices have to be loaded with a specific set of Russian software built in Russia on the devices as OEM when they're sold in their country.
Wow.
So now cell phone builders, they're trying to fight that.
Of course.
But Russia's saying that it gives their IT community and the community there more playing power.
There's that software right there from Russia.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
my.
hilarious.
Nice
So
job.
so basically, if they buy an Apple iPhone there in Russia, it has to be preloaded with a set, and the government is the one that's setting the
It's
precedent.
mandating it. So
the mandate.
why are they requiring this? Why do they say they're requiring it, and why do you think they're requiring it?
They're saying that they're trying to support their IT and their business in Russia, and that's not the case. We all know that. They just want to go ahead and have it so they can,
Yep.
Yeah.
put
And if
surveillance
you
in
want
place.
access to our market, then you have to give us access to hack your system, because it's like Nigerian oil scams.
Right.
Okay, it is a huge portion of their revenue for the country. And so if they can, throw their big bear weight around and say, if you want access, then you got to give us access to the rest of the world.
Yep.
Okay, so that we can hack them and steal their money. That's basically what they're doing. Yeah.
Nope. All right. Well,
Lovely thing.
thanks for watching today, everybody. If you have any questions for us, text Shamans at WeBeamTV.com or hit us up on WeBeam TV's Facebook page and just send us a message, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you got anything you want to hear about, a lot of these things that we talked about today were from emails that came in. So if you want your stuff talked about, email us and we will get a hold of you at again, email us at techshamans@WeBeamTV.com. You guys have an awesome day, and we will see you next Monday with more tech.
Perfect.
Yes.
We got the plans 'cause we are the tech shamans. We understand 'cause we are the tech shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans.